It's the leader's job to be clear about what the vision is for the corporation, what the vision is for their division, their department, their people, themselves. I believe everyone has unique abilities and unique talents, what we call your core genius, and that you should be focusing on what that is. Some of us are great motivators. Some of us are detail people. Some of us are people that can bring people together and blend teams. Some of us can create order out of chaos.
The truth of the matter is, being number one is the only place. Finishing best is better than anything you can do. You have to take ownership in the company, emotional ownership. And every single employee is critical. Their job is the most important job in the company.
We're always under construction as leaders. It's our responsibility to bring together all of the people involved in putting together the end product. Putting the employees first doesn't mean just giving people what they want and catering to their every want and need. It means providing an environment for people to be successful.
You might come in with a certain amount of knowledge from another organization, but I think you got to be on the spot. You got to be in that business to understand. If you don't have the field understanding what's going on at home and vice versa, you're not going to have a fluid organization and be able to have the success you want in building your brand. And that's what I'm all about, building a brand. And to me, it's because of relationships. Once you have the internal capability, it's amazing because you build that integrity with your customers.
What I notice is the really great leaders are themselves. And that's the number one thing that seems to work. It's about each one of us going beyond the safety zone. But what we all know is that incremental change is not going to get us to greatness. And for most corporations, the ones that are going to survive are going to have to be great. And not just great about their products, but great about their service and great about their people.
Execution defines culture. So good leaders have to understand what their culture is and what they have to do to make it better. Cultures get better or they get worse. They never stay the same. So it's crucial that you have cultures that are open-minded, that debate, that resolve, that are meritocracies, the best people get ahead, and that take pride in accomplishment as opposed to discussion.
A strong leader, number one, has to have a vision. You see things, you see opportunities where people don't see opportunity. You see things that people can't even fathom.
For leaders to be effective in a global business environment, they need to develop additional sets of skills in order to be truly effective. We actually have identified top 5 emerging competencies based on the research. Number 1 is thinking globally. And number 2 is to appreciate cultural diversity. And number 3 is to develop technological savvy. Number 4 is to build partnership and alliances. And number 5 is sharing leadership.
The most important part of leadership is what happens when you're not there, not when you're there. It's so important, the whole concept of engaging and developing your people and empowering them, because you want them, when you're not around, to act like their owners.
The fundamental underpinning for having leaders in alignment with each other is trust. We trust each other. We know that we're going to make decisions in the best interest of the business. Therefore, I'll support it. I trust you. I support it as if it were my first decision. I don't have to be in the room to actually make the decision.
The biggest challenge is to always try and stay ahead of that curve, that change curve. I'm not doing it just for the sake of change and so I can tell people we're changing. No, I'm doing it because I see an opportunity for us to be more successful going forward.
A leader's job is not so much to change what you got, but learn how to use what you have. That's including individual, because every one of us has liabilities, has assets. So you want to do is look at what is my strength? Are they real strengths? Because every strength is also your weakness. And every weakness is your strength.
Leaders don't panic. They're not intimidated by the change. They're not intimidated by the difficulties. What they are empowered by it. Continue to raise the bar on yourself and understand and know there's more in you than you can ever begin to imagine. When the end comes for you, let it find you conquering a new mountain, not sliding down an old one. You got to continue to stretch, continue to grow, continue to expand. Socrates says a man's reach is to supersede his grasp. Or what are the heavens for? We have far more in ourselves, but we've got to challenge ourselves.